On a February morning in eastern China, a 79-year-old man was buried. Thousands of people came, some of them queued in the rain. In the same city, another man did not go. He had not given a real interview in years. Almost nobody outside China would have recognized him. And from that week, his fortune began to fall. It kept falling for 8 months. Work it out by the second, and it comes to more than $600 every second, awake, asleep, without pause. They were not friends. They were not partners. They were rivals, and they had barely spoken in years. So why would a rival's funeral cost this man $13 billion? To answer that, you have to go back 60 years. Zhong Shanshan was a boy in Hangzhou when the Cultural Revolution reached it. He was pulled out of primary school. That was the end of his formal education. He was not yet a teenager. So he laid bricks. For years, that was the job. No qualifications, no connections, and no obvious way out of either. Then he did something that should not have worked. With no degree, he talked his way into the Zhejiang Daily, the provincial Communist Party newspaper, and got himself made a reporter. And they gave him the business beat. For 5 years, his job was to travel the province and interview people who had made themselves rich. By some accounts, he sat down with more than 500 of them. He was being paid by the state to study in detail exactly how it was done. In 1988, he handed in his notice and went south to Hainan, a brand new special economic zone. He sold mushrooms. He sold prawns. He sold turtles. None of it made him rich. What it did do was put him in a room with a beverage manufacturer from back home, a man named Zhong Shanshan, who ran a company called Wahaha. Zhong made him an agent. Remember that name. Hainan was new, so Wahaha sold to its agents there cheaply. Zhong bought at the Hainan price and sold across the strait in Guangdong, where he had no territory and the price was higher. Zhong found out and took the agency back. 30 years later, that quarrel would be dug up and used against him. In 1996, he started his own bottled water company, drawing from a lake outside Hangzhou. He called it Nongfu Spring. Its slogan is an odd thing for a company to boast about. We don't produce water. We are just porters of nature. And in April 2000, he picked a fight with his entire industry. He announced that Nongfu would stop making purified water altogether, and said in public that purified water, stripped of its minerals, was not good for you. Every one of his competitors sold purified water. He didn't argue it in a press release. He grew plants, 2 jars side by side on television, one fed with his water, one with theirs. His grew taller. His rivals called it a stunt. So they reported him. A coalition of purified water makers, led by Wahaha, went to the regulators and accused him of false advertising. And it worked. He was fined 200,000 yuan. About $28,000, roughly the price of a car. For that, he made natural water the default in the largest market on Earth. Nongfu went on to be China's best-selling packaged beverage for 8 straight years. It may be the cheapest marketing in Chinese corporate history. It also made him a target. In April 2013, a Beijing newspaper started publishing and did not stop. 76 reports, 28 days, 67 pages on one subject over and over, that the water this man sold was worse than what came out of the tap. The charge itself was dry and technical. Nongfu was following a provincial standard from 2005, which allowed more than 5 times the arsenic that the national standard did. On the 6th of May, Beijing's quality regulator stepped in, and the bottling line for the capital stopped. He did not apologize. He sued for a sum he later pushed to 200 million yuan. He never collected a cent. The case ended in 2017 when Nongfu quietly withdrew it because by then the newspaper had shut down. He had simply outlasted his accuser. Hold on to that. Because water was never the whole business. Quietly, he also controlled a pharmaceutical company. And this is the part nobody expects from the bottled water man. That company is the commercial home of the world's first hepatitis E vaccine, developed with Xiamen University and a non-profit, and launched in China in 2012. It was also the first viral vaccine ever grown in E. coli, which the field had assumed could not be done. Then, in September 2020, he took the water company public in Hong Kong. The shares rose as much as 85% on the first day. Ordinary buyers had asked for more than 1,000 times the stock available. He kept 84% of the company for himself. Within 4 months, he had passed Jack Ma, then Mukesh Ambani, and on the 5th of January 2021, Forbes put the bricklayer from Hangzhou 6th on the list of the richest people alive. Ahead of him, 5 names everybody knows. He had made $5 billion in a single day. Which brings us back to that funeral. The man being buried was Zhong Shanshan, the one who had given him his first agency and then taken it away. Zhong was loved in a way Zhong never had been. He had fought a French corporate giant for control of his own company and won, and people had not forgotten it. So when he died, the internet started comparing the two men, and then the comparing turned into something else. The charges got stranger the longer they went on. Fish on a tea label said to be secretly Japanese. A temple on another label said to be a temple in Tokyo. Anger that American funds held shares. And then his son, a director of the company who holds an American passport. On the 3rd of March, the man who never speaks spoke. He wrote that Zhong had always been a respected entrepreneur, that they had been mentors and friends to one another and competitors too, that Zhong had hated online attacks while he was alive and would not have wanted this. It made no difference. The boycott calls kept coming. His own old newspaper, the Zhejiang Daily, ran an editorial telling people to stop attacking private entrepreneurs. 36 years after he walked out of that building, the party paper was defending him. That made no difference either. And then it stopped being about feelings. Over the following year, 1/5 of his water business simply went away. 10 points of market share with it. In its own annual report, the company described the year as an unprecedented assault. And in November, the lone wolf did something no Chinese businessman had done before. He stood up at an event in Jiangxi and blamed the platforms. He named the apps the rumors had spread on, and then he named their founder and asked him to apologize. The company declined to comment. What saved him in the end was not water at all. The boycott went after his bottles. But that same year, his tea business grew by about 1/3, and for the first time, tea passed water as the biggest thing he sold. Overall, revenue barely moved. The crowd had gone after the wrong product. By the middle of 2025, he had it all back, and Forbes had him top of China again. And then, on the list dated the 1st of March 2026, he was second. The man now above him is the founder of the company he had asked for an apology, Zhang Yiming, though the trackers do disagree. Huron's most recent list still puts Zhang first. A boy taken out of school who spent 5 years interviewing rich men before he became one. Find the price of a car for the campaign that built a $60 billion fortune. Accused twice in 11 years of poisoning the country he sells purity to. He has outlasted a newspaper, a regulator, and a mob. The only fight he has publicly lost is the one against an algorithm. So, was he right to blame the platform? Tell me below. And if you want the other half of this story, the man he asked to apologize, Episode 1 is on the channel. This series is educational and not financial advice. Every figure is dated and drawn from public reporting.